Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Barndo. Tonight I've got the pleasure of coming into Hired Goons, one of our Aussie Clans Alliance clan members, and they had their week 2 MLCW versus Temple Rising. Now 44 to 41, so that means they've gotten a 10v10 3-star, as well as some really decent Town Hall 9s. So we see through there. I didn't actually see whether people had 6-packs, so Mark DS2 6-pack, and that was it. So it was a shared sort of thing there. They did have one hit down that I had noticed, and that was versus Ace. Now for defense wise, they had both the enemy's Town Hall 10s, Temple Rising. They both went for the 3 stars and failed, which put them a star behind at least. There, maybe at the time of the war, they went for the 3s because they needed to catch up on stars. But you do see 3 bases, Revy, Dilly, and where are we? Manlet there with the 4 defence. So really well done on their behalf. That meant that they did leave a Town Hall 9 open and required some hit downs as well. So Revy hit down there. So overall, it seemed like it must have been a decent war because they did have some 10v10 attempts as well. I didn't see whether these guys had any 6-packs. So you got Messi there with a 6-pack and a 6-pack on Striker, as well as Annette down the bottom there. So yeah, really good. Now noticing the defences here, only 2 bases to give them a little bit of grief. Lots of attacks on their number 1. They must have cleared the 9s early, but it was 7 to 5 on the fresh hit 3 stars. Now I did just have a quick squiz at this base here, and really, I must say, for Hired Goons that are watching the video, make sure you go and watch a couple of my YouTubes based on the Stink Fingers and the Queen Walk / Hog. I definitely think you guys can pick up from there, and 3 defends on that base there, but eventually was knocked back. So let's have a look at the big hits. I want to see what happened here with the hit on number 2. I did watch quickly the result. In the end here, where are we? There was... Where are we? So number 6. Dilly's hit it first. Town Hall 9. Have I got sound on? I have, just a little bit. It is getting late. Good old Barndo loves to record at night time, early hours. So we've got quite a wide funnel there with his golems. And then his 2 heroes such as stones, and he's going to go with witches. So witches and falcons. So it's just going for the hard open, realistically. Not a huge percentage. You can see now that it's got that centre Town Hall, like I have mentioned in another video. I do think that's going to be a part of a little bit more coming into MLCW, slightly different with just the Town Hall 10 sort of things there. Both those Infernos pushing on that centre Town Hall there. And he's gone through, gets the Town Hall, doesn't really have anything to clear for percentage or anything like that. So it's just a flat out 2-star and to see what's in that clan castle. Now we've got the ground expo there. I did miss the rest of them, but that's the open. Didn't show a huge amount. Shows the Tesla farm, all 4 together. Shows the giant bombs on the other side, and obviously this clan castle. So let's have a look at what we've got with the adaptation from good old C-Rex. Now I know he was in there all of Season 2, and he's back again for Season 3. He does have a Town Hall 9, I think, as well. And he's going to go in with a Golaloon. Looks like it must be possibly a clan castle. Goes in with the same start with the golems there. Utilises that. 3 ground expos. So that's quite a presumptuous setting, I guess you would say. So obviously he's got the max heroes. Big level 40 Jimmy Bob. Big level 40 Queen. Out come the clan castle bowlers. Both golems have shattered on the side there, so he doesn't have a whole lot to get through. Uses the jump, rage, and I think he does use a heal here. Is that right? No. Have I got it wrong? No heal. So, all he gets with that kill squad, we'll just have a look at that. All he gets with that kill squad is the 2 air defences, and he also gets the Tesla farm, as well as was a ground expo. So it doesn't really get a major amount Didn't see many of the air traps at the start. Trips a whole lot of troll traps on the side there. This was the second hit, so he had just the one open to have a look at. So you can see he's got only level 2 on his Infernos. That really does help get those loons in there to be able to soak those. He's gone long enough with his queen alive, and then gives himself a heal for the midfield to hit through those wizard towers. That's where he's got it. That's definitely where he's got it. Queen's still alive to go and push that Inferno a fair bit. That's just awesome. And then, of course, it's just a wizard tower at the end there. So, great raid. Good Golar loon. Certainly did play to the defences of the base. All ground expos. Yeah, it's a bit of a big call in this kind of format. Golar loon, one of the strongest Town Hall 10 hits at the moment, and played really well. So well done, C-Rex. That's given them a 10v10 3-star and a 44 out of 45 star result. Now, we did see there was a 76% on there by Town Hall 9. Lots of Town Hall 9s hit it. And we did have Town Hall 10s hitting that as well. Both C-Rex and Rag. Yep, they both had a crack at it. Now, let's get into the Town Hall 9v9s. Now, I'm just going to show a few of these. And I want to get into a second part of a cap. I'm actually going to be going over all 3 wars from the MLCW. I was lucky enough to be a part of a couple of them this week. With various bits and pieces, and I don't have any replays available for Aussie WootWoot, but Down Under just finished their war tonight as well. So what we're looking at here was a number 5. He's gone in with a stoned bowlers, witches, and then also it was a tail loon. So a bit of a weird raid. Fresh hit, so he's done the split nice. There's nothing really pushing him from up the top. Where are we? I'll see if I can get a little drawing. What I liked about it was he's removed all of these defences, so nothing's pushing into his queen or his side bowlers there. So he goes quite heavy on the kill squad. So it's a bit of a sort of a royal max attack, and you can see now it's just loons to finish off. So it doesn't have any hounds or any tanking like that. Queen's still alive. She's in midfield there. Didn't have big heroes either. 15-22 on the heroes. So he must have got some massive push out of the end there. Still got his queen ability. Holds on to that. Needs to pop it now versus that Tesla. And then puts out some loans. So that's good timing. I like that. He's waited patiently for those golems to break through the walls there before he's blown out his loons. And then make sure he targets the buildings that are going to give him grief. Now, it's nice that he's still got tanks alive and just kept that one loan. Absolutely great attack. 15-22, not massive heroes, nothing like that. So well done, Luge. Luge. Alright, that's a bit of a different name. That was the defender, I should say, Luge. And who attacked that? That was Thedge. That's a bit weird. Tide Bando gets funny sometimes to himself. Now, what have we got here with Review? I like this because it was going in, and I've shown attacks like these before. He's gone in with a lightning set on one of the air defences. Now, that breaks the air defences. I'll just zoom that out a touch. I'll put on my little drawing board. So that breaks that air defence. That's now gone. And what I like about this is he does the haste to go in, to go in there, gives himself a nice little haste, and goes to draw that clan castle. Only a baby dragon in the clan castle, doesn't get anything extra after that. But draws those. That's a brilliant clan castle draw. There's bugger all air in there. It's just the baby dragon. So he uses a few archers and his queen, and then that's it. He can now launch his air phase. Starts that, spreads out a few loons to give him a bit of a spray. So he's got the 4 hounds all up. So it's a quad lava loon. Puts the hounds in there to go past the queen. Now that hound is going to soak on that queen the whole time. The only thing he was probably missing, I think, would be a possibly either a poison or a skeleton spell. But you see that queen there did give him a fair bit of grief. So maybe instead of that rage over the back there, he could have used one haste and then one skelly spell for the queen, and she would have been absolutely rat shit gone. But good attack from Revy. Goes home with the big 3. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits. What have we got down there? A corner hut. Excellent. Such a simple raid that we still forget about this day and age. And we'll go and have a look now at number 13 is the last one I'm looking at. There we are, Butters. Butters has gone with a Queen Walk, and it's a just a simple go hog afterwards. So second, third phase. Goes in with the Queen Walk. I've only watched this quickly to see what the style was. Now you can see it's a slightly lower base. Probably guessing that's something like a 67k base maybe. It's max walls, so you'd have to guess it'll be somewhere around there. So very exposed Queen. Just uses golems down the bottom there. Chucks out old Jimmy Bob and says to the Queen, how you going? And nothing to stop those wall breakers getting in. So a very, very simple entry. That Queen hitting that air defense was a good call. Now he's got a witch and a baby dragon in the clan castle, so uses that. Now what's going to happen here? That blower is not going to help his queen. He's going to lose his walk in the end there. Hogs are running through though. He's got a shitload of hogs left. He had that heal. That's effectively a swag heal. Still had one healer left. And thank you, mother, for the rabbits. That's another fresh 3. So really good to see Hyde Goons. They had a lot of trouble in Season 2. That was their first season in doing competitive wars. They were in the Queen's League, have come down to King's League, which is a different breakdown in Season 3, and walked away with a 44-41 win. So 10v10, 3 stars. Good solid work on the 9s. And yeah, great to see. So I'll pause here and go to the next one. Okay, so going straight into our second part here, Down Under versus Tipperteo. So Down Under took a loss in round 1. Tipperteo fought Aussie WootWoot and took a loss there. So it's both teams that took a loss in round 1, 58-56. Now, where did that go down? You can see quite simply the Griff hit 2 and 3, Fresh hit 3 stars. And you can see at the top order here, so this was actually a 1-3-16 breakdown. One of the successes of MLCW is clans that want to throw in extra players, organise bigger wars, all those kinds of things. Obviously, it's a 0-2-13 minimum breakdown, but these guys have gone for the 20, included extra players, and it was just unfortunate there. 2, 3, 4, they've all had a bit of a crack at Griff, couldn't get the base down, and that's where they've kind of lost it. So enemy's number 1 needed to have a go at Griff. Dazel, he did have a good go, but it just didn't happen. So the Town Hall 9s, it was 7-10 on the Fresh hit 3 stars. You can see here some of the attacks, a few 6-packs. It was a hit down there for Mincemeat, but shredded with the 6-pack. 6-pack to Snoop towards the end of the war there, and Kylo down the bottom there. Now, with defences, I noticed that it took 5 hits to get their number 6. Now, I did mention earlier with the Hyde Goons, we should be watching our YouTubes, guys. We had videos there, and I did help people come up with the attack for that base. We should be trying to watch these YouTubes. DH does them for Down Under, and try and get out there, and if you get those 10 minutes spare, go and watch some other attacks. Now, number 16 needed a hit down, and then 3 attacks to get that one down there. But really, really good war. Fun war at the end. Certainly enjoyable to get these wars and see some successes of the whole benefits of MLCW being that flexibility and being able to organise for the bigger wars. So Down Under's gone in, and if they've got the players that are available and want to help and want to go to war, do these big organised wars. It's only their second MLCW, their second scrim, sort of, so to speak. And they're keen. They're keen to get their players some fun. They're keen to get these harder, high-end wars. And Tipperteo, unfortunately, the 2-star loss for them this week. Hopefully next week they won't have to fight the Aussies. But we do know 3 Aussie clans in this season for MLCW. You can see they're stoned Go-Boho. Queen did walk around the outside there. Doesn't play too much of a hassle. But the double giant bomb set there, that was a big one. Kept a hold of his last heal, kept a hold of a few hogs in the bag there, and waited for those golems to come down here and be tanked for that expo there. So that was smart. That did help. He's still got his king and his queen ability, and they're coming in the end here. So simply shredded. Patience. A lot of your high-end rating and being able to get these 3 stars, and this, of course, was a fresh hit, is to do with patience. Not dropping everything. Corner troll Tesla. Did miss that. Yeah, great hit there. Simply shredded. Now I'm going to show next, what did we want to have a look at? Number 13, I think it was. Now this was a Fuff's hit, and he's gone in with a Queen Walk Valk. Now what I like about seeing it from a different clan and a different perspective, and having me hands in different pies, and our ACA working where players are going amongst each other, is you get to see these raids come through that sometimes you forget about. And this is a Queen Walk into a Mass Valk. Now these guys do their heave-ar hose a bit different than what I would have done. They don't really use a lot of hogs, but goes out with the Clan Castle draw. Probably didn't need to use 2 poisons where he has. Probably could have saved one to put onto the Queen, but because he's gone ahead and used that rage on his Queen, that means when he hits the enemy Queen, the rage is still in effect. It's going to be able to heal through there. So throws down Jimmy Bob and some side entrance hogs. Now that's to get rid of all of those defences. Misses the Archer Tower, but the idea there was just to clear the side so the Valks have a good run-through pattern. And 1 heal, 1 rage, 1 jump for the Valks. Now, rages early, uses that rage to be able to get the Valks to just absolutely smash through those walls. And of course, the added benefit there is that your healers come up through there and get that. Now, later through the base, uses the heal. The Valks are gone well away from the healers, so registered that and made sure he kept them healed up. Now, obviously we never rage and heal together on Valks. We always separate them, and a good time to be healing your Valks is when they're stuck hitting walls. And really well timed on that. Shitloads of Valk left, and gets through there. Still had an extra 30 seconds in the bag as well. So good to see the Valks, the old redheads, are getting used again. Now we're going to go and have a look at one of Kylo's hits. He's been practicing with this Witch Slap a fair bit. Now you can see the hero is 1526 for his hero, so it's only a level 15 Jimmy Bob. And you can see the healers going on the Valks on the side. Sorry, the witches on the side there. 2 healers, 2 witches to a side, 2 healers for them. That means you're going to be able to take 2-point defences for quite a bit of time. Is that 1 or 2 golems? Just the one? Just the one to allow a bit of funneling. Bowlers in the Clan Castle, draws out the enemy Clan Castle, and does the poison, rages early. Jimmy Bob's copping a hiding. He's going to drop. Now, does that well. Goes through the middle there. 2 jumps, 2 rage, and is just goes through. Very solid. Now you can see the healers on the witches. They've obviously moved around, so it started with 2 on each wing, but now you got 5 witches on one side, 2 witches on the other side. So this is the power of the witch slap, is that you've got the options that your healers may move to different spots. You may hit traps. Most Town Hall 9s have their traps, the heat seekers, on the inside of the base, so your healers are generally going to be safe on the flanks. But you can just see the witches take on cannons and they just smash them. The cannons just can't keep up with the amount of witch summoning and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, great war. You said it's a bit of a strategy having the outside giant bombs around those defences, but still didn't help. Unless you had maybe hit from the other direction, it might have played a bit different. But yeah, great war from Down Under. Great war from Hired Goons. I'll just go and log across to a different account and I'll see the numbers on the last one. Now we see here, I don't have the recap available. The war was finished a day ago. You only get that 24 hours. Aussie WootWoot versus the Little Death. Now, I think Little Death had a 10v10 3-star, but sort of struggled on the 9s, whereas Aussie WootWoot did have quite a few people doing 6-packs. Some really good Town Hall 9 attacks, and the 10s were just there as support, really. That was one at Town Hall 9 level. So, yeah, all 3 Aussie clans having a good, successful MLCW week 2, and we all look forward to the following weeks. So, lots more wars. CWL back on this weekend, so it's going to be all steam ahead for the Aussies. So, yeah, hope you guys had a laugh and clash on.